Michael Kid with Kid Lawn and Tree. Today I'm going to talk to you about a piece of equipment that helps in rigging situations called the porter raft. You can buy these online at any distributor for like Westburg, Sherrill Tree, treestuff.com. This is the one I happen to make. I'm not selling it, it's just one that I couldn't afford it at the time. They're not too expensive, but when I was first starting I didn't have a lot of money. So I made this one. So I just wanted to talk about it today. I'll show you how to set it up on the ground. I'll show you how to raise with it, how to lower with it. I'm going to make a two-part video. Okay. Characteristics of it: you got your back two ballers here that you can tie off rope with. Like when you're lowering, line needs to be tied off. Maybe because your groundsman has to walk away for a minute to go grab something and come back to help you out. Any situation where they may have to tie it off, you would use the back two ballers. The front one here is when you bring the line from the block down through the device. It helps to keep it from slipping off the end. Okay, the stress points of this device are on this bottom piece here that's welded to the pipe, because your sling connects to the bottom, your rope comes through and around, so all the stress is put right here around this area. None of this holds weight. The only thing that really holds weight on the pipe is right here at it. The rest of it just creates friction. So those are some points to look at, is right around here if there's any cracks or anything like that, and then around the pipe at the welds. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set it up. Take you a sling. It's best to use a dead-eye sling. I have several different sizes. I found that you can't go wrong with a longer one, but you end up getting in trouble a lot with a shorter one. Okay, the first thing you do to set it up is you take your dead eye, pass it through. This is the bottom, this is the top. Pass it through the bottom. Okay. Then what you're going to do, take the other end of your dead eye, or the other end of your sling rather, pass it through the dead eye. It's going to make a girth hitch, like so. Whenever you get it all tight, it makes a girth hitch. Okay. All right. Now, secure it to the tree for lowering and raising operations. You can use one of two methods that I've used. I don't know if there's any more. I mean, they're probably I use a timber hitch or what's called a cow hitch. I'll show you how to tie both. Okay. What I like to do, it doesn't matter which side you start wrapping around from. You like to put the device in the path of least resistance to the block, if that makes any sense. Okay. So I'll lay it on the ground. Let's say my block is right here. I'm going to lay it right there. I'm going to pass the rope around the tree, or the sling around the tree. Alright. I'm going to take up the slack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the part that the tail end to hold the sling. So I'm going to go underneath. You can do this with each hitch. Okay? Alright. So the height that you want it is generally going to be from the waist down, because that allows the groundsman to raise up on it and get more leverage. If he has it up here, he doesn't have a whole lot of room to raise. It's just better controlled from the waist down. Generally about waist is optimal. Okay, so first hitch we're going to tie is a cow hitch. Both hitches start out the same way, where you tie a girth hitch on your porter raft, and you take a loop underneath. The cow hitch goes back around the tree. Now both of these depend on how much sling you actually have to tie these with. The cow hitch you kind of need at least twice the amount it takes to go around it. Okay, so once you go around the tree, you take the end that you just passed around, tuck it through the hole from the backside, basically tracing where the first one went. Pull your slack in. Now you've got pretty much, you made a girth hitch around the tree the old-fashioned way. Okay, finally, to tie that off and to finish it, take a half hitch around the bottom of the quarter wrap just to secure it off. Okay, now that right there is good and secure. You can raise, lower with it. Fairly good sized chunks. I mean, as much as your device will handle. I guarantee you, the sling that that I use is rated for 13,000, and this quarter wrap, when you buy it, is rated for about 2,000 pounds working load, I believe. But I would check the specifications on it. Okay, so there's one way to tie off the device to be able to raise and lower. Now I'm going to untie this and do the other way. Okay, again, it starts off the same way. It doesn't matter which side you go from, whether you start from going around that way or going around this way. It doesn't matter. You got your sling, your quarter wrap being held up. You come around, and how you do this is a timber hitch. And from what I've heard, I really don't have any real experience on which one's better. I just know that when my sling is too short, but I still have enough to go at least halfway back around, I use the timber hitch to tie off the quarter wrap because the tree is too big to tie off the other way. So how you tie this one off is you take your wrap around the tree, you catch your quarter wrap from the bottom, and then you start taking wraps like you're twisting it around the rope. I would recommend starting from the top, passing it through, and pulling the slack. Okay, now the key to this is to don't have them all bunched up next to each other. Space it around the tree so that when there's a load placed on it, it is spread across, and the bark of the tree helps to stop, helps to keep the knot in place. If it's all bunched up, it could come undone. So what you'll do is you'll just keep taking turns around, all the way around, until you either run out of tail or until you're back around to the device. I've used both of these knots. Both of them are very strong. Okay. Now, we've got the device tied off. It's going to look like that when your ground worker goes to use it. Okay. Next part of the video is going to be how to put the rope in the device and raise and lower items. Thanks for watching.